Hello, today I'm going to talk about the best warm neutral eyeshadow palettes for autumn. Leading the charge is the most famous eyeshadow palette of 2017, Urban Decay's Naked Heat. With very sturdy, attractive packaging, this palette screams that the tones inside are all warm. There are 12 eyeshadows in this palette, of which 7 are matte. You can see that there's a nice range of autumnal, warm, rosy, ruddy, orangish shades in here. There are also the typical go-to-work, very subtle neutrals as well. And some to smoke up matters, if you so wish. Do take a look at the swatches of the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. Here's an eye look with the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. So even if you do have the previous Naked eyeshadow palettes, you do see that Naked Heat is very different from them all, not only in terms of packaging, but also in terms of the colors included. In terms of performance, though, pigmentation is 100%, no complaints whatsoever. I do, however, wish that it had a black eyeshadow. Another great palette for fall is the Balm's Nude Beach eyeshadow palette. It launched in June 2017, which is, I believe, around the same time as Urban Decay's Naked Heat. Now, I have a standalone review of this palette on my blog as well as on my video channel. Do watch. Now, if you take a look at the shades, you'll know why I call this a fall palette. The warm, orangey, reddish hues are right here. Here are swatches of the Balm's Nude Beach palette. Here's an eye look with the Balm's Nude Beach palette. Now, another neutral palette that I've been loving through 2017 is the Beauty Bakery Neapolitan Ice Cream palette. The packaging is rather like an ice cream stall with wafers. And the shades are great for everyday wear, with a couple of popping brights, but pretty much everything you can wear to work beautifully. Here are a couple of looks with this palette. Here are swatches of this palette, all on bare skin, no primer. Now, I adore the pigmentation of this palette, and there is very little powdery fallout. I mean, some to be expected. It's not, you cannot say there is absolutely no fallout. But that's all right. I mean, if the shadows are soft and buttery, there will be some fallout, particularly if you go at it with a brush the way I do, which isn't exactly gentle. Now, I would go so far as to say that this is the palette I would pick for everyday wear if you asked me to choose just the one palette for the rest of my days. Well, as of now, I mean, we don't know what is in store for us over the next few months or years. So as of now, if you said I could only make do with one palette every day, every morning, I'd go for this one. The next is a classic fall palette, Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance. In addition to neutrals, this palette contains some mauve and berry based shades as well, some brights to make your eyes pop this fall. Review on my blog, link in the description box below. Here are eye looks and swatches. The next palette I'm talking about is not a mainstream brand. In fact, I discovered this brand in Italy. This is the Wycon Nude and Wild palette, and it contains rosy top neutrals. Very reminiscent of Urban Decay's Naked 3, but not quite a dupe either. Here are swatches and a couple of eye looks. Full pigmentation, no complaints, minimal fallout. In fact, this has less fallout than a lot of other brands that I've talked about today. 1 or 2 shades are dry. The last 2 warm neutral palettes I'm talking about are dupes, actually, are very similar. They are the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette and the Makeup Revolution Chocolate Vice palette. I'll show you the swatches and a couple of eye looks here. Now, they're not perfect dupes because the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette contains a green and a couple of purpley neutrals as well, in addition to the brown-based ones and the peachy ones. The Makeup Revolution palette, on the other hand, contains just the brown-based or beige-based neutrals and the peachy shades. No purpley or rosy hues here, or green either. Now, pigmentation-wise, I would say the quality is very, very, very close. I mean, I can't really pick and choose. The peachy smell is sweeter in the Too Faced palette. It's a bit sickly in the MUR one. As to my favorite eyeshadow palettes this fall, very tough question. It comes down to Urban Decay Naked Heat and the Balm's Nude Beach. I think for travel, I would prefer Nude Beach because of the greater variety of shades. I mean, there is something for everyone. If you watched my review, you'll see that I talk about work-appropriate shades and smoky shades and warmer shades as well. So, by a whisker for travel, this one wins. Otherwise, it's a tie. Sorry. So those are my favorite warm neutral palettes this fall. Which are yours? Do tell me in the comment box below. Do also give me a thumbs up and please do subscribe to my channel. Do visit my blog cosmetopiadigest.com for more beauty updates. Till next time, bye.